attendance here and your interest in what we're doing. For information purposes, we are adding an item. We'll make it item 4 under legal, which is the self-evaluation resolution that the board members have had a chance to review. And we're doing this for the purposes, to be a better explanation, but to be in compliance with ACCS guidelines. So at this time, we'll begin the work session. Our first item is Gaston State Community College sale of the FCC license.
This is Gaston State's request for approval to pursue the sale of a 6,300 watt FCC radio license held by the college in 2 lots comprising approximately 0.83 acres, which serves as the site for the radio tower, which is presently subject to an existing lease to AT&T. Gaston State formerly operated a radio station in conjunction with UAB and its public radio station. The radio broadcasting program is no longer offered at Gaston State, and Gaston State no longer has the expertise to manage the FCC requirements and reporting. And as long as the college holds the license, it is subject to liability for any FCC violations and is subject to forfeitures and fines. Earlier this year, the Board of Trustees authorized the college to donate certain radio equipment from the station. The college is now requesting the opportunity to pursue, subject to the board's subsequent approval, the sale of the FCC license and the sale of the 2 lots on which the radio tower is located. Those 2 lots are located approximately 8 miles from the college's Wallace campus. And as I indicated earlier, it's subject to a lease to AT&T, and that lease expires in May of 2020. The college commissioned a appraisal of the property in April of 2017, and the property was appraised at $18,000. As I indicated, any sale of either the lease or the property will be subject to subsequent board approval. But this is just allowing the college the opportunity to pursue the sale.
David is, let's see, I guess that it's a cohabitation agreement with AT&T. They're using that for cellular service.
They are using the tower. They actually are maintaining the tower and actually rebuilt it a number of years ago.
Is there income?
No, there's no income to the college.
No income to the college. I think they paid for that stuff, I guess. Is there an appraised value for the license?
No, the college will have to engage a broker to attempt to get the market price, so to speak.
Any other questions or comments from the board in regard to this item?
They have already said this, but they did not plan to renew it.
No, they do not plan to.
We'll move on to the next item, which is the professional liability insurance for the assistant.
We have now received a firm quote for the coverage for next year, and I'm pleased to report that the quote for this year will represent a 5% decrease over the premium last year, which was $385,000. This year, the premium will be $365.90. There's no change in the coverage, no change in the retention amounts. Everything's the same as last year. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the Chancellor and the members of the board for agreeing to try to keep this item secret for such purposes. I mentioned to you earlier that Dr. Tamisa Smith is retiring at the end of this month, and so I am humbly and respectfully requesting today that you authorize a resolution conferring upon her the title of Emeritus, or Executive Vice President Emeritus, for having served ably and capably and exceptionally during her career at Wallace State Community College. I've been in the college system 32 years, and I have seldom worked with someone of her exceptionality and leadership. I am a better and more effective president because of her. Our community college is better because of her, and students have succeeded because of her leadership, and that's the least that I can expect of anybody. I have relied on her discretion, her commitment, her loyalty, and her judgment more than I can capture in a resolution. So today, if you would allow me to read this to you for your consideration. Whereas Dr. Tamisa Smith is a longtime resident of Coleman and graduated as the salutatorian from Coleman High School in 1981, attained an Associate in Arts degree from Wallace State Community College, a Bachelor of Science in Education from Athens State University, a Master of Arts in Education from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, and a Doctor of Education from Auburn University. And whereas Dr. Tamisa Smith has been a full-time employee at Wallace State Community College, Hansville since September 1991, having served as a math instructor, math department chairperson, adult education coordinator, dean of students, vice president for students, vice president for learning, and executive vice president. And whereas Dr. Smith has been involved in a number of professional organizations and activities throughout her career, including member and former officer of the Alabama Deans of Students Affairs Association, member of the Alabama Community College System Instructional Officers Association, Alabama NASPA Executive Board member, member of the Executive Committee of the Alabama Community College Association, attendee at annual conferences on legal issues in community colleges, and has provided exceptional leadership and vision to all of these organizations. And whereas Dr. Smith has accomplished transformative leadership and integrity throughout her career in the Student Services Division through reimagined student services, including One Stop Lion Central, expanded academic support in a redesigned Student Resource Center, comprehensive 24/7, 365 access to student services through Ellucian Banner implementation and employee development, and intrusive tiered advising. And whereas Dr. Smith has excelled in promoting leadership throughout the college through developing Focus and Leadership Wallace State, both year-long immersion experiences in leadership development. Additionally, Dr. Smith has served as the liaison for multiple campus committees and as the senior personnel officer for Wallace State Community College. Whereas Dr. Smith's commitment to excellence has been recognized by her selection as a NISOT Award winner and presenter, the Chancellor's Award nominee for Wallace State Community College, alumnus of the Alabama Community College Leadership Academy, and recipient of the Alabama Deans of Student Affairs Association Othel L. Washington Student Affairs Officer of the Year Award. And whereas Dr. Smith has demonstrated tireless commitment to Wallace State Community College and to its students, excelled in her unparalleled commitment to excellence throughout the college, relentlessly sought facts to support fair and just decisions with regard to student or employee issues, demonstrated exceptional contributions to the college's involvement with achieving the dream, leading to designation as Leader College status, recognition by the Aspen Institute for Exceptional Student Outcomes, recognition by the Community College Times as one of the fastest growing community colleges in the nation, and recognition as one of the top 50 associate degree producers in health professions. And whereas Dr. Smith has been a distinguished community leader, as demonstrated by her contribution to several organizations, including the Hope Committee for Coleman County Schools, Girl Scout leader, Sunday school teacher for youth and children, chairman of the Board of Stewards at First United Methodist Church, president of Coleman City Schools Academic Booster Club, secretary of Coleman City Schools Soccer Booster Club, advisory board member of Members First Credit Union, and is an active member of First United Methodist Church. And whereas Dr. Smith led by example and as a results-oriented servant leader is highly respected by her peers and colleagues, now therefore be it resolved that the Alabama Community College System Board of Trustees hereby recognizes and honors Dr. Tamisa Smith for the leadership and exceptional work she has provided to Wallace State Community College Hanceville, the Alabama Community College System, and students of our colleges by authorizing Wallace State Community College Hanceville to confer on her the title of Executive Vice President Emeritus. Thank you, Chairman Thompson and members of the board for considering this resolution. Dr. Smith, if you would stand for a moment. She's an exceptional leader. Thank you, Dr. Smith, for your service.
Excellent resolution. Dr. Fuller. Thank you for your service so much. Okay, who else will say item 4? Under legal, we have this self-evaluation resolution. Roger, would you like to speak to this?
I hope that the draft that I provided to you was self-explanatory, but to the extent that it may have left any lingering questions, the resolution is prepared primarily in response to ACCS's board adopting a new principle and standard requiring boards of trustees and member institutions to self-evaluate and to report those results. That means that our colleges will then need to document that self-evaluation process in their site submissions when they're scheduled for site visits and reaccreditations or reviews. We have 3 colleges that are up for that in the upcoming months, one of which, Trenholm, will be required to submit the evidence of that self-evaluation in February. So we would appreciate boards considering that resolution for passage at your February meeting so that the colleges will have the evidentiary data that they need to back up their own submissions for their site accreditation. And I'm happy to answer any questions about it.
Anyone have anything? The document's very well done, Roger. Thank you for the work.
Well, I want to say that Glenda Collargross played a huge role in that in helping to identify the various facts that we included in it. And our message and our approach to it simply was to take your statutory obligation as put out in the Alabama law and measure that against actions that this board has taken since its inception in 2015 to document the fact that you have fulfilled those statutory obligations and the missions of the system as designated in the statute. So there was a bit of plug and play involved in it, but Glenda Collargross was very significantly involved in helping me to prepare that. So I want to let you know that.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. The final item is allocation of 2017-2018 industry certification initiative funds for the Alabama Community College System.
Good morning. We would like to seek approval for the allocation of $20,000 to go to winners of the Skills USA competition, our conference that's held annually. Skills USA is a partnership of students, teachers, and the industry that work together to ensure America has a skilled workforce. And the competition in the career technical areas allows the students to pursue excellence in their area of study. So the students achieve the gold award at the state conference would be awarded up to $2,000 of a scholarship. This past year in 2017, we've had 27 students that received those awards, but historically we have not seen all of them use the money, but this past year we've had students take advantage of $18,000 of those funds. So we feel that this is a great effort to promote career technical education and careers in those fields. And so
amount of students that you reach that's not involved in any other activity on the state. And that competition alone is great for our public schools and involvement students in career fields and get them oriented to that direction. It's a real positive thing.
Thank you for those comments, Jeff. Thank you, sir. Chancellor, anything else to come before the board for the work session? Board members, anything else to discuss?
Well, since we've got the status symbol, we are the champions, my friends. Roll Tide.
See, I didn't go there.
That teaches me not to stretch things out anymore. Should have turned 30 seconds ago. No, congratulations, well deserved. Just one loss.